everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be working on a bronze and purple halo eye look. Okay, I'm going to start off with the Becca First Light Primer, applying that with my Up and Up foundation brush. I'm going to blend that into my forehead, across my nose and cheeks, and down my smile lines. And blend, 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 blend. Alright, now I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in shade 110. I'm going to take that on my Real Techniques, whatever that thing is, Real Techniques sponge, and blend that into my face. If I can get the foundation out of the bottle. There we go. Right now, taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 115, I'm going to dot that, swipe that under my eyes, and I have a little redness on my cheek that I'm going to swipe that over that too. Swipe that over that. Swipe the concealer over the redness on my cheek. That's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to take my Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder with my sponge and begin setting under my eyes, and then set the rest of my face. Now I'm going to take my spoolie and comb through my eyebrows and prepare them to be filled in. Right now, taking my Maybelline DefineABrown pencil in the shade light brown, I'm going to draw on my eyebrows. Taking the shade Cork with my eyebrow brush, I am going to set over what we just did. Alright, and combing through them once more with the spoolie to make sure they look like I didn't just draw them on. Now taking my E.L.F powder brush and the Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess, I am going to bronze my face. Alright, now taking my dual-ended EcoTools brush, I'm going to contour my nose. Taking my Luxie blush brush and my Clinique blush in the shade Sunset Glow, I am going to blush my cheeks. Alright, now taking the Maybelline Master Blush Palette, the highlighting shade, I'm going to highlight down my nose, on the tops of my cheeks, and my Cupid's bow. Right, and blending in everything we just did with my Real Techniques sponge. Now taking the Morphe 35W palette, I'm going to set down my entire eyelid from eyelid to brow bone with the first shade in the palette, which is a matte creamy vanilla shade, to give us a smooth base to blend on, because we are going to be working with purples and it can easily look like I got punched in the eye if I do not blend it out appropriately. Okay, now taking the third shade in the second row, which is a soft brown color, I'm going to work that into my crease, the transition color. Okay, Picasso, put the eyeshadow palette down. Let me hold that up like I'm Bob Ross or something. Alright, now taking this pretty light purple pinky shade, I am going to blend that in over top of the brown we just laid down. I don't know what it is about eyeshadow, I always look angry. Makeup makes me angry. I'm going to take that pretty light purple shade and blend it over top of the other two colors we laid down in the crease, all the way from outer corner to inner corner. We will need to bring the purple all the way in to create that halo effect, but we do not want to bring it too high on the inner corner. So kind of keep it lower towards the eyelid, blending it out. Alright, now taking this next purple shade, the last one on the fourth row, it's a little bit deeper. I am blending that on top of the other colors. Again, keeping it really low. Fanning it out on the outer corner, keeping it real low on the inner corner. Okay, now taking this deep plum shade, I am, you guessed it, just working that in on top of the other colors. I really do look angry when I put on eyeshadow. I don't know why that is. Alright, taking that soft pinky purple shade again, and I'm blending everything together. Okay, now taking that dual-ended EcoTools brush, I am taking that last shade on the fourth row, and I am patting it on the inner corner of my lid. And then I just decided to pat this color all over the lid because we are putting the shimmery bronze shade over top of it in the very center of the lid. And same thing to the other eye. Now taking the first shade in the fifth row, this really pretty bronze shade, I am going to dot that over the center of my eye. And it turned out a little darker than I thought it would, so I went over it with a lighter shimmery shade. Yep, I went over with a lighter shimmery shade. I looked in this palette and couldn't find the exact shade I wanted. So I opened the Morphe 25B palette and got a shade out of there. And it was the fourth shade in the fourth row, which ended up being actually kind of similar to the shade I already laid down. So then I picked up the second shade in the fourth row, and it was perfect. Right, taking my blending brush again, I'm just once again going over my crease where we had just laid down that shimmer shade to make sure everything was blended, and over the inner and outer corners to blend that color into the shimmer shade so it does create a halo effect. Right now taking my fluffy purple blender blush and that fluffy purple blending brush and that light purple shade, I am once again just kind of patting it in the inner and outer corners and across the crease to make sure that purple is really pulling through and that I didn't blend too much of it away. Now taking my rotating sponge, I am just sharpening up the corners in case I blended too low on the outer corners of my eyes. Okay, now I'm taking the dual-ended EcoTools brush in that light purple shade, and I'm going to start blending that into my lower lash line. Taking a deeper purple shade and the other end of that dual-ended brush, I am blending that purple into my lower lash line. Now taking a flat definer brush, I like this one from E.L.F, in the darkest purple shade in the palette. It is the third from last on the bottom row. I am working that directly into my lash line, not bringing it too low, and into my upper lash line to give a lifted cat eye effect. Now taking that dual-ended EcoTools brush, just blending out my lower lash line one more time. And now taking the fourth shade on the top row, it's a shimmery highlighting shade. I'm adding it to the bottom inner corner of my eye and the inner corner of my eye. And I lost a little bit of purple on the inner portion of my eye, so I am picking up that purple and that dual-ended EcoTools brush and just patting that back in. Now I'm going to take my E.L.F setting spray and I'm going to just set over everything we just did. Kind of help everything melt together. Now I'm going to take my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara in the shade Black and coat my eyelashes. Now I'm going to take the shade Perla in the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks and apply that to my lips, slightly overlining the right side of my upper lip because it is crooked. And last, I'm going to once again set my face with the E.L.F Matte Magic Setting Spray. And then that is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this purple and bronze halo eye look. And if you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.